Hi, welcome to another Tea Time Tuesday with your host Sean Catfish Wilson. And for today's tea time, we are going to be doing lemongrass, which I got from Ellen's Planted Teas. And they also have Galaxy Girl Coffee in there. Ooh, so just dry sniffing the ingredients, or the ingredient. Like I've mentioned before, if you ever get into tea making and you want to experiment with your own blends, get ingredients, try them by themselves. Same with cooking. Get the ingredients, try it by itself, see how it tastes. Then you'll be able to better make your blends pretty good. It'll also help give you an idea of like how much to put in versus how much of like one ingredient versus another ingredient. Let's say, for instance, lavender. Which lavender is really good in tea blends. Lavender, yep, is really good in different tea blends and herbal infusions. Lavender is known to help you sleep. It's relaxing. But this isn't lavender. But lavender also has a very strong, distinct taste. And it can be overpowering. Same with jasmine green tea. It also has a strong, distinct taste. And if you put it in a blend, you want to use less of it. Hibiscus definitely has its own distinct taste. I don't like it by itself, but when it's mixed in with other herbs or teas, like this Kinmoon that I don't have very much of, I need to refill. Actually need to refill a lot of teas because I'm completely out of black flower and I'm completely out of wild Irish breakfast tea, which are a couple of my different blends. So back to the lemongrass. So it seems to like to float, so we'll give it a twirl in here. Make a little water tornado. Kind of helps us merge this stuff. It looks kind of like chopped up green onions in there. Or the top part of the green onion. Guess it'd be more the chives. All right, get that poured in. The shout out board, Gonzo's, Bluminati Ninja, Redina's local taste better, Victoria May, the quiet listener, Women Carry Knives, Do Something Kind for Somebody, Ellen Zulong from Ellen's Planet Tea, I Can't Talk Today, So Ellen's planted key, which is really T. You got to know the secret code words. Crossover Paranormal Society, A Therapeutic Edge, Big Tiny's Outdoors, Danny Day's Homestead, Spirit Brothers UK, Big Red EDC, Catching Them Fish Outdoors, The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, Hugamoo, 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 Galaxy Girl, Coffee, The Fly Smith, Anyfin, Gal Southern Living, Yolan's Edge, My Bad Adventures, Grumpy Grunt, Matisfaction, The Squirrel King. Also check out Squirrel's Magnet Fishing, The Sunfish King, Native... Huh? What? How'd my sticker get up there? Wild Man. Anything is possible. EDCQ. On the Wild Side, if you're ever in the Manhattan area, Aggieville area, go check out On the Wild Side. Awesome store. The Laugh Channel, Off the Hook Outdoors. If you need some custom soft plastics for bass fishing or pan fishing, crappie, whatnot, go check out Off the Hook Outdoors and see what he has. ODC for EDC. Smoky Mountain Knife Works, Hog Deer 79, Hunting Fishing Taxidermy, Wild Japan, Some Old Man Outdoors, Angling Spiders, True Budget EDC, Lefty EDC, Gel Bait and Tackle, Knives Fast, Zach Stuff, Chillin' in Indiana, Matt's Fishing Mission, and again, the Sunfish King Hollow Sticker. Fishing's good. Yes, fishing is good. If you check out my lives, they are about fishing. All right. So this definitely has a lemony smell to it, so I definitely see why it's called lemongrass. Although I want to let that steep for a little bit. So, while we let this steep, we will do a story time. As some of you seen in some of my lives, every once in a while I'll start limping on my right foot. Well, that's because when I was younger, I've always been a person to go out, catch wildlife like snakes and lizards, turtles. Well, heck, I still catch jump spiders and stuff and will hold them by hand. Especially jumping spiders. I love jumping spiders. They're real pretty. But anyways, back to the story. This was about 25 years ago. My friends and I went out to Potawatomi State Lake number 2. I was sober, thankfully. And we were just there chilling, not really, I don't think any of us had any fishing gear with us at the time. We were just out there chilling and enjoying the view and enjoying the lake. There wasn't hardly anyone out there besides a group of friends and I, and along the shoreline in the grass was a big giant garter snake. It's probably about 3 foot long and about a little bit bigger than a quarter in diameter. So I catch a snake and then I hold on to it until the snake calms down, and I'm sitting there. You see like people handle their pet snakes and sitting letting it go from one hand to another hand, and then I go to let it go. Snake goes almost completely out of my hand until its tail was just like about that much on my hand. About an inch of the tail was on my hand. The snake turns around, bites my hand, and of course, being young and dumb, I take the snake, pull it off, throw it on the ground. I didn't throw it too hard, but I threw it on the ground. I put my foot on it, took my knife out, threw my knife at the snake, and I need to get some poster, excuse me. Throw my knife at the snake. Instead of hitting the snake, I hit my foot. I come about a centimeter away of lobbing off my pinky toe. And, well, first I just kind of felt the stud against my boot, so I thought that the knife just bounced and hit me in the foot, like the handle part, because that's kind of what it felt like, is like, except for like a real focus, like where it's at. It didn't hurt, and it didn't really hurt on the way to the hospital, but I was losing quite a bit of blood, and my friends, they started freaking out, and they're like, oh no, we gotta find something to stop the bleeding. So I take my sock off, wrap it around my wound, and I was like, I need somebody to drive me to the hospital. And I was starting to get a little lightheaded, but not super bad, but I probably could have still drove. Except for with the knife in my foot, and I have a manual transmission, or a 5-speed. I've always owned manual transmissions. I don't really care for automatics, but if I get a new truck, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to get an automatic. But have my friend drive me to the hospital. I end up with three or four stitches in my foot. But when I'm there, like, I get there and they're like doing something, then the kid that got hurt really bad came in right after me, and the doctors and nurses say, we have a kid that has some major injuries. I mean, they weren't as bad as what my foot was, but understandable, child. I'm like, that's fine, go, that's okay. Take care of the kid. They need help more than I do. So they took care of the kid. It took, I don't remember how long, probably about 45 minutes. And by that time, the bleeding's pretty much, well, I think it pretty much stopped, but I still had the sock wrapped around my foot. So now I got the scar on my foot. Affects the way I walk sometimes. Yes, I do fall every once in a while. If I hit it just right with the scar, it'll send sharp electric pains up, and now that I'm getting older, it's just easier to go to the ground like a controlled fall instead of keep walking and maybe actual like fall the way you don't want to fall. But number one, don't play with knives. Alright. Number 2, respect nature. Number 3, think with an open mind. Like using a sock as a temporary band-aid. So now that my not so good story is told, number 4, don't get mad just because snake you're handling turns around and bites you. Just, it is what it is. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and you can't do nothing about it, and it's within their nature, so they can't really do much about it. Who knows, maybe the snake was in a bad mood that day. But I did find it kind of funny that it was pretty calm at first. Ooh. So, we will try this hot. Whoa. Definitely see why they call it lemongrass. It's like very, very similar to drinking a cup of lemon water. When I go to the restaurants, I always get water, no ice, with a lemon in it. It's not quite as sour as a lemon, but you definitely get the lemon taste to it. It's actually quite pleasant. It's a pleasant drink. You're not really getting much of a grassy flavor to it, just a hint of grassiness to it. But it's mainly kind of a definitely a lemony, citrusy thing. I'll definitely have to try some more blends with this once I get some more tea. And the color's kind of like a light golden green. More towards the gold part of it. And lemongrass is actually used to treat high blood pressure too. So if you have high blood pressure, lemongrass is one of the ways to go. And on that note, if you also have high blood pressure, avoid licorice root, because it can spike your blood pressure. But if you got low blood pressure, then get licorice root. Ask your doctor, of course. Don't take my word on it. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a YouTube content creator who does fishing knives and got into teas, but I do like to study a little bit about what I'm putting in my body. So make sure, do your research on the ingredients before you get them. On some of them, because most of the ones that I do have a lot of health benefits to it. Yeah, they have vitamins and minerals in it that your body needs to help be healthy. All right. Hello. You want back up here? You want back up here? Oh, you're such a pretty bird. And it has kind of a little sweet aftertaste to it also. Just now notice that. Very, very mildly sweet, but definitely, I would definitely, out of the herbs I've tried, blackberry leaf is good by itself, and lemongrass is probably my two favorite single herbs by themselves. So, peace and long life, my friends.